They're pale and their pulses are slow. Still, I don't believe their lives are in danger.
You found Flame? Where?
You missed the most important part of the mission. We found her within that secret passage. The culprits were the Death Knight and... what was his name? Ah, the Flame Emperor. Sadly, they got away.
All that matters is Flame's safety. Right, Professor?
Right.
We will take these two to the infirmary. Professor, please inform Seteth.
Whatever the circumstance, I'm glad Flame is safe. Though I'm curious to find out who that other girl is. Huh? Professor? Is that a smile? You look happy. I don't think I've ever seen you like this before. Anyhow, we should hurry to Seteth. He must be beside himself by now.
Professor, please allow me to express my eternal gratitude once more. Flame is safe and sound, and I have you to thank for that. Mere words could never express how thankful I am. I am indebted to you.
I'm just happy she's safe.
Yes, indeed. I too am overjoyed.
But why was Flame taken to begin with?
Her kidnapper was the masked knight who vanished during the Rite of Rebirth, the one known as the Death Knight. Considering the circumstances, it seems plausible to assume that his true identity is Yaritza. And we cannot forget about the mysterious Flame Emperor. His true motives are yet unclear. However, I have an idea. I believe the enemy may have been after Flame's blood. The blood that flows through her veins is special. It is extremely rare, and extremely dangerous. If enemies who know the secrets of Flame's blood have appeared, our only option is to leave the monastery and go into hiding.
Brother, wait.
Flame, what are you doing here? You should be resting.
I do not like the path of your thoughts. I do not wish to live in some lonely, remote location where I never get to see anyone. Not ever again.
If we stay here, you may be targeted again. Wouldn't it be better for the two of us to live in peace?
Even if we ran off to some new, secret location, there is no guarantee that they would not find us. That is why I believe it would be safest to stay in the monastery, where we are surrounded by capable knights and professors.
I see your point. I do. However...
You know it is the only reasonable option. What if I were to join the professor's class?
That's a great idea.
You think so too? I am so very pleased to hear that. With a professor like you nearby, I shall be safe no matter what foe should appear.
I see. I am afraid you have a good point. Professor, due to my position, I have closely scrutinized everything about you. After all that has happened, I must admit that you are indeed a trusted ally. So what say you? Can I entrust you with Flame's safety?
It would be my pleasure.
I am so glad that Flame is safe. Yet I can't help but wonder what the story is about that other girl. She wore the uniform of the academy, but who is she?
Well done, Professor. I see that I was right to ask your class for assistance. I have been told that Manuela and Flame are recovering nicely, as is Monica.
Who's Monica?
Monica, the girl you rescued along with Flame, is also a student of the Officers' Academy. However...
She is a student from last year's class. She went missing just before she would have graduated. It never occurred to us that something might have happened to her at the monastery. We assumed she had run away. I never dreamed that we would find her. Not like this.
Monica has asked to rejoin the Black Eagle House once she has fully recovered. Our enemies are still out there, so we must remain cautious and continue our investigation. However, we must also help the students to move on from this incident.
After all, the Battle of the Eagle and Lion will be held in Gronder Field next month.
Yes, the students will remember it for the rest of their lives. Please guide them so that they may show us their best at the coming battle.
So, you'll be going to Gronder Field next month. You've never been there before, have you? There is unease in the western side of the Empire, but everything east of the capital, Enbar, is stable. Well, there was a noble rebellion a short while ago, but it didn't amount to much.
What will you do next month?
I have my own mission. The Church has always been quick to make use of those who work for them. What I'm more concerned about is finding out who among us is pulling the strings. Ever since the Rite of Rebirth, strange groups have been seen around Garreg Mach and elsewhere too. There was also an incident where some knights investigating these suspicious strangers turned up dead. Not that it's likely, but if something like that ever happens to me, search this room, every corner, behind every shelf. I'm going to leave something for you.
I promise.
Don't just nod solemnly. There's nothing to worry about. I'm just being cautious. Then again, I guess you're always solemn. Part 1. White Clouds. Wyvern Moon. Field of the Eagle and Lion. From on high, flocks of wyverns roar in chorus and soar the pristine skies, heading south for the winter. Fodlan's children lend their hands to winter preparations by gathering firewood and catching fish from the river's cool waters. Yet all the while, their gazes are turned skyward, drawn to the magnificent sight above.
And here we are. Hello everyone, I'm the Tuna, and I'm here with another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. We get 5,000 gold from the church to fund our monthly activities, and we have a little meeting with Dorathea, so let's visit her. Troubles with love?
Professor, Oh, don't worry. It's nothing. Actually, could we talk for a bit? Somewhere a little more private? I'm just gonna come right out and say it. I find you a little difficult to be around. I know. I'm your student and you're just trying to watch out for me. But the way you look at me sometimes, it's like you're seeing right through me.
Seeing through you?
Don't worry. I know you don't mean anything bad by it. I'm just too self-conscious, I guess. The thing is, I don't have anything to call my own. No land, no birthright, no fortune. Little knowledge or battle skill. I think that's why I always clung to my popularity as a diva. Even after leaving the stage behind, I sort of kept up the act. When I look at you, it's like your eyes are accusing me. Telling me that you see right through it. That's what I mean when I say it's difficult being around you. Hey, this might be nuts, but maybe you could show me some kind of weakness of yours?
Excuse me?
You know my biggest fear. If I know one of yours, maybe I'll feel less, I don't know, vulnerable.
Well, if it would help.
Excellent. Well then, don't mind me. You know, Professor, I never hear any gossip about you. Of a romantic nature, I mean. Would I be right in assuming you're not very experienced with romance? Maybe we should find out somehow. Professor? What's with you? Why aren't you reacting to anything I'm doing? Oh, come on. Is your heart even beating? You're making me lose my confidence.
Actually, my heart... No, sorry.
That's all right. I didn't really think a little tease like that would be enough to get to you anyway. Though it does still make me lose just a little confidence in my own charms.
That's a sad support. And I know I've ruined it with, like, dealing actually, but no. Anyway, are we gonna have a meeting with Rhea? Yes, we are.
Professor, you already know about the Battle of the Eagle and Lion, correct?
Only the name.
I see. In that case, allow me to fill you in. It's a large-scale mock battle between the rival houses that takes place every year.
Its scale is incomparable to the mock battle we fought during the Great Tree Moon. It will take place in the vast Gronder Field. That is in Empire territory to the southeast of Garrick Mach.
Whichever house defeats the most opponents wins. Of course, the professors also fight alongside their respective houses.
Well, usually. Professor Manuela is being prudent. She will not be participating this year. Since his longtime rival will be absent, Professor Hanneman has also declined.
In that case, I must sit out too.
Oh, don't worry about us. You know you want to see the kids in action.
Are you feeling any better, Professor Manuela?
Thanks to all of you. But I'd only be a burden out there. My students don't need to see me collapsed. Well, not on the battlefield anyway.
Correct. We will not be participating. Regardless, do not expect victory to come easily, or at all.
Well put. We've spent the past few months pushing our students to their limits. You can see me in the infirmary after they destroy you.
This doesn't seem fair.
Oh my, look at you! If you're as confident as all that, my students will walk all over you.
We have taught our students well. There is no need to hold back. Challenge them with everything you have.
And so we learned about what we're actually going to be doing. We heard that a bit earlier, but now we've learned that we are going to be, fighting in the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Girls from the previous month have been included in this report.
I'm closing in.
Oh, maybe that's what happens if you decide to go and encounter the Death Knight on his terms. Ooh, Flayn's also in our class, so that's nice. Ferdinand did Weeding, and so did Edelgard, and here we are. I'm sorry for saying that we have a meeting with Rhea. I honestly thought it was Rhea, but you can't expect me to know every little thing about this game. Anyway, of course, the first of every month we're going to be exploring. There's going to be no combat here other than the arena, but let's start off by talking to Sothis, as we always do.
This monastery is more dangerous than I expected. It's likely that our foes have infiltrated the ranks of the teachers. And there may be others of questionable character about as well. If you ask me, there is something amiss about that old man, Tomas.
Interesting. Alright, we see that we have Hilda up here, so let's go talk to her and hear what she has to say about the upcoming battle.
Professor, do you have a second? It's about Monica. Does she seem off to you? She was in prison for a long while, but she seems to have recovered almost instantly, and she's been bizarrely cheerful.
Now that you mention it.
You see what I mean? I wonder if she's straining to seem happy just to make people comfortable. And why is she so close to Edelgard anyway?
Interesting. I believe that we heard, or we're going to hear, you know what, I'm going to do this right now, because we can see Monica's right here. Let's talk to her first before I finish that thought.
What do you say, Adel? Shall we meet up in the library later to... Oh, hello, Professor!
Do you need something? I'm a little busy at the moment.
Sorry, Professor. I've got a lot of questions to ask Adel here. Since I couldn't graduate last year, I really want to make sure I can do so this year. Don't worry. I won't participate in any assignments, so as not to take any attention away from the younger students. I look forward to learning from you, Professor.
You know, yeah, this is like going on a thing. She says like, oh, I look forward to learning with you. So you're like, oh, we have a new classmate. Well, we do. We have Flane here. She's gonna be a good healer. She can also, I mainly use her as a healer. She's not as good as Linhardt, but still a passable healer in her own right. But you can see here we have nobody new other than Flane. We don't have Monica in our house, which kind of sucks because I really wish I had her. Because like, well, I guess now we have 10 students with Flane. But you know what? I'm gonna talk to Hubert, and I might as well talk to that night.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion is a free-for-all contest among the 3 classes. If you are victorious, the Archbishop will no doubt present you with a reward.
I'm not interested in rewards.
Just what I thought you'd say.
Let's talk to this knight here, because I haven't done so in so many months.
Along with Flane, we found another female student who went missing last year. But now the combat Professor Yuritsa has vanished. His origin begged many questions, so there were plenty of objections to his appointment here. He is apparently from House Hrim of the Empire, but he was adopted from another family, or so they say. Anyway, there hasn't been much good to be said about House Hrim in recent decades.
Interesting. Alright, let us go and do the sword tournament. I'm gonna have Petra do it. Normally, if I just didn't care about like what happens, I'd just send Andelgard to do it because she can easily do it. Well, no, I'm gonna have Petra do this. I'm also probably gonna give her some items like some smoked meat because she likes that. Really? Sword tournament? You have Marianne? So for reference, Marianne's the main healer of the Golden Deer, and though yeah, she has like a sword rank, it's like E+. Oh, hey, Crest of Mystery. Well, we also had it. Well, we had a Crest of Mystery. We had the Crest of Squiggles, but yeah. Yeah, you can see here, this isn't going to be terribly bad. I know what I'm really scared of is the final opponent, because it's almost without a doubt going to be Felix. Because he's like basically the sword-using unit, student here. Dimitri's up next. He's going to hit hard, but Petra's faster, so she's going to double him. Uh-oh. I bet at math. Oh, no, there we go. I need to heal up though, like now. Please tell me it's not someone difficult. Okay, it's Claude, that's fine. Alright. So heal up to full. Petra's gonna finish off Claude with no problems. And then we have Felix. So something with Felix is that he has the crest of like Valdarius, I think it's called. Or I know it's like Valdarius, but it might be pronounced like something else. But you can see here, he's hitting for 14 damage and his crest doubles the or not doubles, but it adds extra damage on top of that. So if he can basically activate his crest, you can see here 14 times 2 is 28, which is less than 31. But if he activates his crest, it might deal enough that he can just 2-round her. Okay, good. Because so many times I've done this in the past, and just I got beat by Felix because of that stupid crest of Valdarius he has, because it just triggers so often. Like, and unlike other crests, it's at least like it'll trigger often enough that you can kind of count on it. Anyway, let us leave here. There's a student there. I'm not gonna bother talking to them. Nothing better than a fresh fish. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be that important. Again, I recommend you just talk to them. I just want to talk to all the students because they're the ones who are actually gonna be interacting throughout our adventure with.
Hi, Professor. Want to know something? Gronder is in the territory of House Burgleys in the Empire. That's right next to my home, the region of House Varley. Oh, no. What if my parents come to watch?
Calm down?
I'm calm. Of course I'm calm. Why wouldn't I be calm?
Yep, she sounds super calm. Alright. Yep, okay, she has 50 motivation. So I'm gonna give her those bravery herbs that Rhea gave us 2 months ago. Hopefully they haven't gone bad. Really, Rhea? You can't even bother to give me an item that gives them 50 motivation? I swear some of these times. What else does she like? I know she likes a watering can, but I don't want to waste those. I'm gonna just give her some coffee.
Thank you.
Yeah, I knew that she didn't like it, but I just wanted to have a spare item, which I just had that, because I don't know if there are any students, or any students in the, Black Eagles that like coffee off the top of my head, but yeah.
Professor, has Seteth told you?
We're to have a fishing tournament. Given the events of the last month, I believe this is just the sort of distraction we need. Staff and student alike.
Are you good at fishing?
I do enjoy the sport, yet I wouldn't say I'm particularly good at it. I believe it best that I stick to quietly fishing by myself.
Interesting. Alright. Before we participate in that, we're just gonna pick up our crops here. Harvest everything. We get an ambrosia, which is nice. And then I'm gonna plant, what do I want? I'm gonna plant some root vegetables here. And then I'm also going to cultivate them just so they can grow more. Great, okay. I have money to spare. I'm just gonna use 1,000. And if I need more money, I can just do an auxiliary battle.
Fodlan is big. It's not as big as Almyra is, but it's still pretty big.
Do you want to travel around Fodlan someday?
Travel? I don't know. Never thought about it, I guess.
Alright, here we have Ash.
You know, I'm pretty good at fishing. My older brother used to take me out. Why don't you give it a try too? They say we can eat whatever we catch.
And then we have Ignatz. I'm gonna skip talking to them because they basically just say the same thing. So basically there's a fishing tourney today, so we can go to fish. And also, Shamir has a quest for us for the fishing tourney, so let's let her explain some things.
Welcome to the monastery fishing tournament. You look confused. Didn't Seth tell you about it? Just catch whatever fish Flame requests. Show any fish you catch to Flame.
Alright.
I have a favor to ask.
Welcome to the big fishing tourney. If you catch the type of fish that Flame asks for, you might get a prize. Participate if you want. It's not really my concern. So we have the fishing tourney. Basically, we'll get 50 fishing bait, and we'll use that to fish with, because that's just what you do. We can see here all the competitors we will be fishing against, and we have Flame here, who has a quest for us.
Will you be taking part 2, Professor? I must admit I am quite excited. I cannot recall the type of fish I was hoping to dine on. So, if you do manage to catch a fish, do you mind bringing it for me to see?
But of course. You know, I'm gonna do some fishing here. Hopefully it doesn't take too terribly long. I'm just gonna be cutting for, I'm gonna be showing this first instance of fishing, and I'm gonna be cutting for, like, the better fish that we catch. We have 50 tournament bait we can use, so let's just use that here. Off screen I'm probably gonna use it all as well, just because, if I use up all the bait, then I can get some more professor level. And yes, it's slow, but this might actually just be what I need to catch in the first place, which will save me a lot of time, because usually takes me a while. But granted, most of the time spent usually comes from, just comes from, yep, 5 stars, there we go. We catch an amazing fish, so let's just show it off. But anyway, most of the time from the fishing thing just comes from you using the rest of your bait just to get a little bit of teacher XP.
Oh, so you're taking part. How would you feel about a little friendly competition? Catch the same kind of fish as me and we'll compare the two. Biggest wins.
Well, I mean, we literally just caught a fish with 5 stars, so...
Oh, so you're taking part. Catch the same kind...
But I caught a fish already. Didn't I? Wait a minute. Let me just show this to Flame, because maybe this is the fish that Flame wants.
Oh, you caught one! Yes, I am so...
Well,
thanks.
I guess there goes that. Oh god, did we just waste all the tournament bait that we had? Because we kind of need to show off to the students. God damn it. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna be doing some science here to figure out if you can catch a fish with normal bait instead of using the tournament bait. But that's so annoying. Honestly, I couldn't just show that fish to the students. I just couldn't show it to them, and then I'm like, oh, maybe if I show it to Flame, and then the game just eats the rest of my bait that the game gave me. But still, I can be annoyed by it. Alright, let's see if I can do some science with this.
Fishing was a nice...
Wow, great, fantastic. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna cut here, and then I'm gonna redo this, and then just show off what you're supposed to be doing, because that is so incredibly stupid. Alright, so we're back. I'm going to do some fishing. I'm gonna catch the best fish I can and not show that to Flame, because that just ruins everything. You know what this fish is probably gonna do for what I need. Like, and then You already saw what happens when you catch the golden fish, so I'll just catch that off screen. Just trust me, I'll do that. I'm not a bit, I'm extremely miffed by the fact that just the game is just like, no, you don't need to do that.
Oh, catch the same.
Alright.
Oh, so you're catch the same kind of.
I did just catch a fish with a rarity. It's in my inventory, right? Ah, this game. Okay, let's see here. It should be in fish. You know what? Let's just catch something with a tournament bait and just make sure it's that. Flippin' yeah, tournament bait. Here we go. All right. I'll just catch a second thing with the tournament bait. 4 stars should be enough that you can basically beat everyone. If this doesn't work, basically what happens is that you can show the fish to the people, and they'll give you various items like, for example, they'll give you things to boost motivation.
Looks like you've been doing some Wow, that's.
Yeah, or you can just get some vulneraries. I'm just gonna be talking over what they're saying.
Ah, Professor, I'd like to learn.
Alright, yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to recruit.
On lot.
Yep, there we go. Alright, yeah, you can see a fish of 4 stars enough to beat them.
Are you taking part? If you catch
I don't really feel like I need to put up the, like, what kind of fish you need to beat everyone, because if with 50 bait, you just catch whatever you need. And a 4-star fish should be more than enough. Yeah, I'm getting some vulneraries and tomatoes. Some people might call them tomatoes, but they're tomatoes.
Oh, you're entering too. Let's see who can catch the big.
Alright, I need a fish of 4 stars or greater to beat
Did you catch something? No way.
Yep, we get some wild game. Usually the students are harder to beat.
So you are joining the fish? I just caught this beauty.
Wow, you caught a 2-star or a 1-star fish.
See what
2-star
you
fish should beat that.
I lost?
We get an iron axe. Ooh, that's nice. That means we don't have to buy one for Caspar Edelgard. You know what? How weird is it that Caspar just is like, here, let me give you an iron axe that I've just been having, and you're like, wait, you could have just used that axe instead of me needing to buy you a new one.
I am happy that you will have We will both have.
That should be hard to. Oh, never mind. Only 3 stars. I thought you have 4 stars to beat.
Show me the fish. Your fish has way more size.
Yep, we have a 4-star fish. Let's talk to Alois, because he likes fishing.
I'm going to catch me some mighty fish. Just you wait and see.
But they haven't been biting.
Maybe the fish are frightened by you?
Well, I didn't think of that. Ah, the truth is right in front of me. Oh, just kidding. As though a fish is smart enough to be afraid of me.
I love Alois. And then let's talk to Catherine. I think she's the hardest one to beat, but she's a
Maybe
great
you and I
board.
could have a little friendly competition. I just caught this fish here.
We need a fish of 4 stars or greater.
Oh, you've caught one. Nice. You beat.
And we get a steel sword from her, which is extremely nice. Again, off screen I'm going to be catching the golden fish and just using up the rest of my bait to level up the professor level. Once I might just record this little like da 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 that you get when you level up, but I don't know. If I do it like, for example, while I'm somewhere else, then I can't record it. But if I'm like here and I notice it and I have the foresight to record, I'll
Greetings,
record
Professor. Nothing to report. Young Monica disappeared last year. I thought she had simply run along home, but it turns out she was kidnapped. I can't believe it. How awful it must have been for the poor thing. They say her personality has completely changed, but at least she seems more cheerful than before. Grateful to be alive, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't like. On a similar note to why I just like decided to talk over the students who are fishing. They just had nothing interesting to say about current affairs other than like, hey, I'm fishing. So yeah, and some people might be like, well, that is important. It's what's happening in the monastery during the month. It doesn't matter plot-wise.
Do you have time for a
request? We have a little thing we can do. We can just, as auxiliary battle, just go banish some bandits. We'll get some rewards for that. I believe Anna has another quest for us. I'm about 80% sure that I've already done this quest, so I'm not going to accept it this time.
I'd love to catch up.
I'm not going to do it this time. I'm also not going to recruit her yet, because there's an item that I'm waiting to get until I recruit her. But yeah. Here we have a jousting almanac, and also in the room with where you can send your students to go fight in the arena. I'm just gonna call it that. And on screen, I'll put it what it's actually called. But in there's a letter to Ray. I don't know if I showed it, but yeah. Anyway, here's Lorenz.
I received a rare letter from my father recently. He said that he is praying for the Golden Deer House to emerge victorious. Insistently praying. My father attended the Officers' Academy and won a glorious victory in the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. I think he is quite proud of that, even to this day. I suppose that shows how great an honor it truly is.
Interesting. We can see how hyped the students are for the Battle of the Eagle and the Lion. And we have over here Ferdinand.
You know, the Empire used to control all of Fodlan. But after the Civil War, the northern region split off and became the Kingdom. Later, the eastern part of the Kingdom seceded to become the Alliance. There are 3 powers today, but 1,000 years ago, we were all united as one. Even now, among the nobles of the Empire, there are some who dream of reunifying Fodlan.
Interesting. Maybe we'll learn more about that later. Do we have anything for Ferdinand? I don't think so. No, I think this belongs to Ingrid or Ash. Both of them look up to knights. I don't. Oh, we do have a letter to Ray. I guess I shut it off, but I guess it doesn't hurt for me to mention that. No, it doesn't seem so. So I guess I'm gonna give him some tea leaves then.
Exactly what I hoped for.
Yep. I just want to get their motivation up for when I instruct them. You know what? If I was smart, I would have just used the, or checked the, I was gonna say canteen. No, check the kitchens to see what they're making, but we get some burlap sacks and we like to train the muscles. I believe that belongs to Rafael. So let's see what's special for today. Gonna have a meal with Hubert and, who else do I want to have a meal with? You know what? There's no real reason to do this throughout your house. I'm just gonna have a meal with Dimitri. Well, you know what, Hubert and Adu, because both of them basically served their the house leader extremely loyally. So I just want to have a meal with both of them together, because why not?
You seem to dine with company often, unlike me.
I like this.
Huh, I'm a bit disappointed. I thought that they would just have something to say about like how both of them serve like their lords, lords or ladies loyally. But anyway, here's Leonie, so let's talk to her. It seems that she's a bit like annoyed by the fact that there's a fishing tournament now of all time. So let's hear more about what she has to say.
Why are they having a fishing tournament now? Are they just giving up on the Battle of the Eagle and Lion? You're not condoning this, right? Are you?
Well, I mean, considering that it did decide to do some fishing, and I'm gonna do a lot of fishing off screen, I guess technically I'm condoning it by definition. Anyway, over there is someone with a quest. I think it's Mercedes. No, I don't think it is Mercedes based on the fact that she has something to tell. Well, no, I think that it's still the thing to tell us that someone wants to talk to us with the quest. You know what? We're gonna find out right now. Nope, it's just some random student. I believe this is the letter to Sylvain. There's no, but someone who's gallant has a charm. Oh no. This is not for Sylvain, because Sylvain doesn't have a family yet, because he's like a student here. Let's pick up a smithing stone. I also might use, I'm also probably going to buy some gifts from the merchants, because it doesn't really hurt.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was lost in thought.
What were you thinking about?
The Death Knight's true identity. Could it actually be Professor Yuritsa?
Perhaps it is, perhaps it isn't. I guess we'll never know until we just see the Death Knight actually take off their mask. Or if we're doing a lot of deduction. But I'm lazy and I'm not smart, alright? It's very evident through this playthrough, I'm not smart. It's like, if you want someone who actually is going to play like Fire Emblem intelligently, please just watch that. If you just want to see some idiot bumbling around and just like enjoy Schadenfreude, feel free to watch me. But again, I'm not going to be like, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because everyone else says it. You guys know about it. I'm not even gonna bother trying to say that because you guys know about it. I'll be honest, when I'm watching someone, they're like, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't mean to be mocking to them, but I just always, I'm like, you know what? I just feel less inclined to do any of that, even though I don't really like videos. I'm gonna stop talking about that.
A fishing tournament, huh? Sounds fun, but not as fun as reeling in the ladies. Just kidding, of course. The most important thing right now is preparing for the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. After all, the ladies love nothing more than a winner. And around here, there's no bigger game.
I'm sure they do.
I knew you'd understand, Professor.
Let's just talk to Dimitri.
Flayn and Monica, was it? I'm glad they were returned safe and sound.
And then let's talk to the Dew as well.
Did you want something?
Wow, those are some short conversations. Alright, there's someone with a quest here? What? How did I miss them? Oh, it's because they're sitting in the corner. I believe this is another one of those auxiliary battle things we can do.
I need a favor.
Yep, we can practice to battle with the Holy Knights of Fargus. So we'll do that in our spare time. I thought there was a spare item, so, but nope, there isn't. There's someone in here with a quest. No, that's Linhardt. Yeah, I remember because he has
I'm
the
just
marker.
absolutely exhausted. I swear to you, Professor, every month we're worked harder than the month before. I had imagined the Academy as a chance to possibly relax before our lives began in earnest.
It is what it is.
Agreed. That's the Church of Seros for you. What is it they say? Those with power are obliged to use it?
Can we give... No, you have full motivation. Well, we can give it to you, but I'd just rather use it for a motivation booster. I did see this shiny here, a small tan hide, a small animal's hide, which has been meticulously tanned. It probably belongs to a skilled hunter. I believe that belongs to Petra, but if I'm wrong, I'm going to put it on screen. Well, yeah, that's more for future me. You know what? I'm not future me. He's going to put it on screen, and he's going to be really annoyed having to look it up if I'm wrong. Or looking it up if I'm right, just to make sure if I'm right or wrong.
Sedith, that stubborn goat. Holding a fishing tournament now? Just last month, he looked like death warmed over.
Let's talk to Marianne, staring at some books.
Well, excuse me, Professor. Do you think it would reflect poorly on me if I chose not to take part in the battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Don't you want to participate?
Well, I don't really want to leave the monastery. I'm not very confident, but I'll try my best.
Wonderful. I mean, I know I'm not leading the Golden Deer. I believe... Well, I know Manuel or Hanneman's doing that. I believe Hanneman is teaching them? No. Hanneman's teaching the lions, I believe. So Manuel is teaching the deer. But anyway, oh, there's someone over there we haven't talked to. Oh, wait, let's get the shiny. The two shinies here. And then let us talk to the person over there who has something. It is Tomas.
Professor, when you feel that first refreshing breeze upon your face, you know it is almost time for the Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Gronder Field is within the Empire, but the path there from the monastery necessitates passing through Alliance territory. Fodlan's biggest river, the Aramid River, flows along the border between the Empire and the Alliance. You will have to cross one of the largest bridges upon that river, the Great Bridge of Murden.
Well, there's a shiny here that distracted me, so I believe this belongs to Ferdinand. If not Ferdinand, it's Lorenz, but yeah. That I'm confident about, and I'm not going to bother putting on the screen, because this last word will feature me. We get a Hresfelk Treaty, that belongs to Hubert, if you remember. Well, yeah, I believe it belongs to Hubert, because it says, you know what, I'm going to check now, but I believe it says something about, like, someone who uses nefarious tactics. And if it's not Hubert, it's Edelgard von Hresfelk, because, you know, she has Hresfelk in the name. Let's see here, where is it? Oh, lost items here. Hresfelk Treaty. Treaty combined during the life of Emperor Wilhelm. It probably belongs to someone who has devious scheme. I know I didn't read that word for word, but yep, that definitely belongs to Hubert. Let's talk to Felix over here. Alright. Over here. He's gonna be at the end of the hallway. I'm also gonna again put on screen whose room has things in it. More work for future me, but it's entertaining. It's more entertaining to me talking down this long hallway and buying time. So here's Felix.
Since we were little, Ingrid's always gotten this odd look in her eye when someone brings up food.
Interesting. I think we're at a point where we can recruit Felix if we want to, because, well, let me just check this quickly. Yeah, I have time to. Let's see here. We have C rank swords, and what's our speed at? 18. So it's either we're, I think we could recruit Felix if we wanted to, but again, I'm being a terrible person and not recruiting students, because I'm like, I want to give each student in this house a time in the sun to shine. Because obviously not all students are created equally. So let's talk to Rhea here. Not about that, but just in general.
The situation last month was dire indeed. The students endured great hardship. I hope you were able to put all of that behind you, so that you may focus on this month's assignment.
It will be difficult.
That is to be expected. I too cannot quite shake that feeling of unease. Even so, we must both strive to put that nasty business behind us. I look forward to seeing your skills on display at the Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
Of course, we'll do our best here to win for our students. Here's Sedith, so let's talk to him about, well, Flame, obviously.
I have something to ask of you.
Oh? Leave it to me.
I have not even told you what my request is yet. Well, fine. Flame has been through an awful lot this past month. To make up for that, I have decided to give her whatever she wants. I asked her what she would like, and she expressed a desire for a feast of fish. Since I am sure the students would be interested, I have decided to hold a fishing tournament here at the monastery. I have left all of the specifics to Shamir. Please, enter and put in your best effort.
Of course, we have already shown what happens if you give the thing to, or if you give the fish to Flame. If Sedith says something interesting, I'll put on screen what he has interesting to say after you've done that, if he has something interesting, but, oh well.
I don't know if you've heard, but Flame is very special. Her blood carries a rare crest. Oh, the lengths to which she could advance my research, if only I were able to study her. If only it weren't for Sedith's strict orders. He protects his sister with unusual zeal.
You should give up.
I dislike it, but I agree. The time I would spend begging him and accomplishing nothing would be better spent on other research.
I know that, I should have said, you should persist in reality, but we know Sedith, he's really stubborn.
I always thought I was pretty good, you know? Then I'd go and get stabbed. Oh. But my opponent was the Death Knight, so I figure I did pretty well to only get stabbed. I wonder if it's true that he is actually Yuritsa. Whoever he is, I'm going to make him pay. It turns out that when I get stabbed, I get really mad.
I'll help you get your revenge.
I'm not going to let him get the better of me again.
Next time we show him, we'll stab him for you, Manuela, don't worry. Because I doubt that's the last time we'll see of him, considering that he poofed away, and he seems so interested in dueling Violet.
How are preparations for the Battle of the Eagle and Lion going? Fishing? Taking it easy, are you? The recent happenings at the monastery. There is something going on behind the scenes here. I've been commissioned to investigate as well. As I've already mentioned, this month I'm off to the kingdom. You be on your guard, okay?
I'm more worried about you than myself.
Perhaps I've gotten in your head too much. I won't go dying on you. I've stayed alive this long after all.
That's fair. I mean, you don't get the name the Blade Breaker by being a crappy sword fighter. Is that everyone we've talked to? No, there's still, well, we've talked to them. I'm gonna talk to Lysynthia. Again, off screen, I'm gonna finish talking to everyone here at the monastery. But I believe that's all. And, well, no, there's still some people in the classrooms we can talk to, just looking at this map here. Those quests down there are for... Well, first let's talk to you, Lysynthia. I'm trying to read this map while I'm doing that, but also if I'm looking at the map, I can't see where I'm going.
Why would we go all the way to Gronder Field? It's idiocy to travel that far. It may be a tradition, but it takes forever to get there and is exhausting. So pointless. I guess there's nothing to be done about it. Even by you, Professor.
I mean, I'm just a professor, I'm not a god. I can't just be like, and thus today there was no, like, what, I just moved Gronder Field to the monastery? No, I can't do that.
I'm going to...
Oh, right, we have a thing to give to Alois. We can give him a letter, a heartfelt love letter.
I appreciate that.
Some people might say save it for later. I'm not going to, because it doesn't really make that much of a difference. Anyway, we're going to turn in this quest to the student, and next time, on Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I think I'm going to do an auxiliary battle, because we have a big battle coming up, so I'm going to do that. I might show the instructions as well that I'm going to do, but that is something for a future me to decide, not present.
My savior, thank you.
Anyway, see you guys then.